Dev Live. Weekdays at 11 Eastern Time. Biz Dev Live. Weekdays at 11 Eastern Time. Biz D with C. Brought to you by Cameron T. Biz D with C. Brought to you by Cameron T. This is business development, not even selling it. This is intelligent. If you watch it, I promise you benefit. Leadership and motivation, empathy and inspiration. Leadership and motivation, empathy and inspiration. Biz Dev Live, weekdays at 11 Eastern Time. Biz Dev Live, weekdays at 11 Eastern Time. Biz D with C, brought to you by Cameron T. Biz D with C, brought to you by Cameron T.
Welcome to Biz Dev Live. This is Cameron Toth. This is the Biz D with the C. Hey, today I am pretty excited to talk to you about what is going on with Biz Dev Live Networking, Master Connection series with Steve Spiro on Friday. So for anyone that really hasn't seen what's going on with Biz Dev Live, this is a great opportunity for you to sort of hear about what's going on, how I've progressed. This is Biz Dev Live episode number 147. So as we build up to the 150th Biz Dev Live episode, about 8 months of creating content Monday through Friday. Very excited to share with you what I've learned and what I've sort of taken away from the past few months. Every now and then I do one of these kind of update videos to sort of give everybody the lowdown on what's going well, what I've learned, what I'm taking away. I'm very excited because this morning I had a great meeting with virtual assistant Shy Virtual Solutions, was recommended to me by somebody that I interviewed on this program. I am really wanting to make sure people understand, because as I'm building this brand, one of the reasons I'm building this brand is because I believe strongly in video, and I would love to help other people with video, but I didn't want to go out and say, hey, I can help you with video and not have done it myself. So as I set up the systems and processes and put the amazing amount of hours into actually creating video for Biz Dev Live, I want to then take that and be able to package that up and give it to other folks. One, in just free, hey, this is how you do it. So without further ado, I'll get into a little bit of what I've learned from creating 146 episodes of Biz Dev Live. Some simple things like creating systems, right? If you want to be a content producer, getting your calendar set up in a way that makes sense for you to actually be able to do that consistent. Because I've said it before, and I'll say it again. You don't have to be great at social media. You do need to be consistent. If you are consistent, if you are mediocre at social media, you will gain a following. If you're fabulous at social media, you will gain a following if you are consistent. I've seen people do videos that garnered amazing attention because they did a video on some kind of subject matter, like a medical thing that they were going through, or they did a great video with some great production in a great place. But then the follow-up to that, how are you keeping people engaged? Why do people want to subscribe to your channel? It's interesting because I've steered people towards TikTok, and so you get on the TikTok platform, and what is the reason that you're actually going to hit like follow, subscribe to somebody? You're going to probably go over to their channel, go through a few videos, and if you really like the fourth or fifth video, they're like, hey, this is somebody that I want to pop up in my feed. So giving people that reason to tune in is incredible. Give you sort of a report on some of the analytics. So over the last 28 days, there's been something like 486 views of Biz Dev Live, and 44 hours. People have consumed 44 point whatever hours of content. And then the average time the average user is on is something like 5+ minutes, which in this day and age where people are like 30 seconds in, 30 seconds out, for somebody to stay on your video for an average of 5 minutes, which means a lot of people are watching longer and a lot of people are watching less, but the average time is 5 minutes, which is really good. So we're creating some content that's valuable to people. People are wanting to watch. That interview format that I have done for the most part lends itself to longer viewing. We're doing advice videos and I'm talking directly into that black dot like I am today sometimes and giving advice. So sometimes people are watching that. The show about headshots was particularly popular. I'm really excited today because I went and got more headshots done with Kathy Pinsky. So that is actually sitting in my inbox. I have photos sitting there ready for me to review. We did family photos, and then I did additional headshots for the YouTube thumbnails and all that in one shot. So that's a great idea for your business. You know, you're going to set up that date for your family. That studio can do shots for your business as well. So knock two birds out with one stone, going back to that schedule thing, right? So how do you keep social media on your schedule, making sure that you're doing it, creating content? If you're going to create content, setting deadlines and making sure that it's on your calendar is going to be priority number one. For Biz Dev Live, one of the main ways that I've been able to have so many guests and create what I've been able to create is there is a little bit of order and system in my life, and I've used Calendly as my app, scheduling app, to set those dates up in advance so people can see the calendar, book when it's convenient to them. We're live at 11 a.m. So the time set in the day is set. However, they can pick any day into the future to be on the show. And then that makes it easy for them. And then it makes it easy for me to book. So I just send them a link. Hey, this is the invite for the show. We'd love to have go on. And then in that, it requests things like the headshot and the bio. And I do have to do a bit of follow-up for the headshot and bio sometimes because people don't always have that ready to go. But those are one of those things that as I get better at this and get my processes in place, I'm streamlining. Also, going back to the virtual assistant thing, I don't really have anybody. I had somebody in the office pre-pandemic, and due to lots of different reasons, one of them being financial, but mostly life challenges with family and kids and all that kind of stuff. My main go-to person in the office hasn't been there, so I'm not super comfortable on the trust side going to virtual assistant. But again, Ashley Owens of AshleyAssist.com, right? She recommended Shy Virtual Solutions. So we had that preliminary conversation this morning. I really like where she's coming from. She's based out of the Philippines. A lot of folks are talking about virtual assistants in the Philippines. The arbitrage on the money is fairly good. So I will let you know in an update like this. I don't know how many episodes down the road, how that's going, but those are one of those things that, you know, hopefully I can share with people and people can gain a degree of comfort with using things like virtual assistants to make their life easier. What we're going to be focusing on are the things that I can't really do very well. I'm not great at post-editing production, which is one of the main reasons I go live. One of the things that, you know, I'm really excited about is we're doing these long form interviews. And so those are great. And for people that have the time to listen to it, you know, if you have YouTube Premium, you can just put it on and listen to it. But in addition to chopping up the content and creating smaller YouTube videos to expand the YouTube channel, we're also going to try to get some of that moved over to podcast. That in doing that, for me, I really want the podcast piece not just to be a straight audio rip of the YouTube presentation, but I want it to have some for lack of a better word, jazz, you know, some spin on it that really makes it interesting to listen to and something that people would want to listen to on a daily basis. I listen to Snacks Daily. I highly recommend that podcast. It's a financial one. It's about 22 minutes a day, and it's really great. The two gentlemen that are on that show really have a great rapport. It's fun to listen to, and they drop 3 financial stories per day. I tune into it daily with my workouts. I would love my podcast to be something along the lines of something that would be daily digestible. We're certainly producing enough content for it to be. We'll see where it is. It's not available yet. What is available? All right, Biz Dev Live. You're tuning in every day at 11 a.m. or checking in for the replays. I appreciate you. That is exciting. We also have Biz Dev Live Networking. So I started doing this on Tuesdays at 12 p.m. Eastern. You can go onto Eventbrite right now. You can register for that. And I am trying to grow that. We've got about the first 2 weeks, we had 24 plus, right? 24 and then 27. So I'm trying to grow that. We want to have 100 plus people on that platform on Tuesday networking. Why should you be a part of that? Why should you be part of that networking experience? If you're not already a part of that networking experience, it is a fun hour of networking. Breakouts, you're not in this room with, 50 or 100 people for a majority of the time. We do a 5-minute learning thing, give something a little bit to take away in terms of a learning nugget, something interesting to pepper your conversations for the rest of the week, some learning. I always enjoyed networking events where I learned a little something and had a jumping off point to talk about with people. So we're doing that. And then we not only encourage people not to sell in the sense of like sales pitches. So that's not what you're getting peppered with in this networking call. It's really interacting, engaging, sharing tools. So it's a little bit networking, a little bit mastermind, a little bit fun. I incorporate music and entertainment into it. We had gratitude as our topic this Tuesday. So in addition to having some fun music take us in and out of the breakout rooms from Zoom, I incorporated some videos that talked about gratitude to sort of layer the learning experience in there and just change up, right? If you've been sitting at your desk all day, you want to get up and move around. So it sort of changes things and make things more entertaining and fun. That's a great way to work events. And so that's a great way to do a networking event. And so it's something that you should definitely tune into. You'll have a lot of fun. I really want your comments and questions. So if you're tuning into this later on, please drop those questions down there. I would love to respond to folks and make sure that all your questions are answered on anything YouTube related. I've been using YouTube Buddy, the free service that helps with doing the words that are going to connect people to your content. I've been using canva.com to do all of the YouTube thumbnails, trying to stay on top of making fun, enjoyable images that are clickbait for people to click on for the interviews and things that we're doing in a good way. Clickbait in the sense of this is something interesting to look at, and we're not spamming you or filtering when you click on it, right? It's just something that is interesting, versus something that looks boring and I don't want to click on it, right? So that's really important on YouTube. It's a major reason that people are going to find your content organically on YouTube versus somebody else's content. They're going to look at that photo and they're going to want to click into that. What other information can I share with you? Master Connection series on Fridays at 2 p.m. One of the goals with Biz Dev Live is that, there'll be enough people tuning in live at some point for us to answer questions and really help people in the moment. That is my goal. And certainly as you're tuning in, that is the opportunity. You get an hour, up to an hour with me every day, starting at the 11 a.m. Eastern time hour. You can jump on, you can ask questions. I will answer them. You could ask about anything. Really, it's open, not only just about the topic of the day. I would be happy to help. That is my end-all goal. I want to help. I want to educate folks. And if there's something that I know that I can pass on, that is certainly what I want to do. So many books that I'm consuming, so many people that I'm interviewing. So I'm learning more than I already knew from my 9 years of being a CEO of my own business in Westchester that had 130 part-time staff and 1,400 clients. There's some valuable information that I have, but I'm also consuming so much that if I don't know it, I can probably point you in a really good direction. And so Master Connection series on Fridays, 2 p.m. on LinkedIn Live. So Steve Spiro has access to LinkedIn Live, and I'm the connection, the technology component for him, and we're jumping on LinkedIn Live. We have guests coming on. He's connected so many people that people are joining in live. LinkedIn Live is a great draw because it's relatively new, so people are tuning into it, and it's really great because we're able to get some great questions for people and help people out in the moment. So I'm really excited about that because it's fun for me because we are getting that live interaction with people, and it's great content. That's the feedback we're getting back, is that it's really valuable because we're having some great guests on, and we're able to really provide some incredible content because of the minds that Steve is actually pulling together for us. So that is this Friday at 2 p.m. on LinkedIn Live. You can go to LinkedIn and look for the Master Connection series. Connect with myself and Steve Spiro. We'll make sure to point you in the right direction. That is the update for today. Currently at 176 subscribers. So make sure that I'm wrong on that number. Hit that subscribe down below and make it go up. Really appreciate you. Hit like and share. I interviewed Fanny Dunnigan yesterday. If you are trying to create content, if you're trying to be relevant, you really need to watch that video. Amazing, amazing content creator, Fanny Dunnigan. I was so happy to have the opportunity to interview her. You will really enjoy that show. And I really highly recommend you just go and check her stuff out on LinkedIn and YouTube. Fanny, Fanny, Dunnigan, Dunagan. She is amazing. Check her out. Again, I interviewed her yesterday, and it's a really good interview. Not because I'm doing the interview, just because she's that fantastic, and I really want you to check her out. That's it. I love you. Thank you for tuning in. Really appreciate you. Have a great day, and I will see you tomorrow.
Biz Dev Live, weekdays at 11 Eastern Time. Biz Dev Live, weekdays at 11 Eastern Time. Biz D with C, brought to you by Cameron T. Biz D with C, brought to you by Cameron T. This is business development, not even selling it. This is intelligent. If you watch it, I promise you benefit. Leadership and motivation, empathy and inspiration. Leadership and motivation, empathy and inspiration. Biz Dev Live, weekdays at 11 Eastern Time. Biz Dev Live, weekdays at 11 Eastern Time. Biz D with C, brought to you by Cameron T. Biz D with C, brought to you by Cameron T.